Why is curling such a passion for Canadian farmers? We think we know. In farming and curling, the idea is the same. It's about friends and family, teamwork, using the right tools, and getting it done under pressure. That's why New Holland and Pioneer Hybrid are proud to support Curling Canada, helping to grow the game we love. From your team at New Holland and Pioneer Hybrid, here's to success in the field and fun in the rink.
Every day you go new places. A small change in how you do things, or moving your things to a whole new town, or many things to many towns all at once. No matter how small the move, it can be a big leap from where you are now. You've got it in you to go new places. So do we. We go there every day. We're here to help you move to places on the map, in the mind, in the heart, or all three.
Go new places with AMJ Campbell. Contact us at 888-AMJ-MOVE or amjcampbell.com.
I believe hard work and honest sweat are the building blocks of a person's character.
I believe farming nurtures the close family ties that make life rich in ways money can't buy.
I believe that true happiness comes from watching your crops ripen in the field, your children grow tall in the sun, your whole family feel the pride that springs from their shared experience.
I believe in farming because it makes all this possible. Long before the snow begins to melt, planning for the seeding season is underway. Start seeding off strong by using the right drill for the job. New Holland's P2082 disc drill precisely and consistently places seed and fertilizer for rapid nutrient uptake, and it does it all in one pass. Experience equal and even emergence through the innovation of New Holland. To learn more, visit your local New Holland dealer.
Good evening and welcome to the Women's Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts, brought to you by Curl-On and Title Sports Live. We are at the Woolwich Memorial Centre in Elmira, Ontario. My name's Danielle Inglis, and I'm joined here this evening by my co-host and MC of the Grand Slam, Pete Stetsky.
Hi, Danielle.
On our feature sheet in this women's final game, we have Team Homan from the Ottawa Curling Club pitted against Julie Tippin from Woodstock, Ontario. And before we get underway, let's meet the teams. Team Homan's lead, Lisa Weigel. Their second, Joanne Courtney. Third, Emma Miskew and skip Rachel Homan. For Team Tippin, we have the lead, Tess Bobby. Second, Rachel Strybosch. Third, Megan Balsden, and skip Julie Tippin. Now both these teams took a little bit of a different path to get to this point, and we'll take a look at the standings so you can see the full picture. See, Team Homan was clear of the field at 6-1. They got a bye directly to the final. Team Tippin, finishing off at 4-3, had to go through a tiebreaker against Team Duncan. They ended up on top of that one, and then earlier, we saw them defeat Team Murphy in the women's semifinal to get to this point. So it's been quite the week. This is what the players have been here for.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's any surprise to have Homan in the final. They're currently ranked #1 in the world. They won 3 straight Grand Slams, played in 4 Slam finals. But Team Tippin, at one point during the week, they were 2 wins, 3 losses. They had a huge day yesterday, winning their final 2 round robin games, able to win the tiebreaker. And then they made easy work of Team Murphy this morning in the semifinal. And they're here playing in their very first provincial final. What do you think the odds are of an upset here, Danielle? It's a tough ask, but it's only 1 game.
Yeah, and you know what? I've said it before on the broadcast, it may sound cliche, but really anything can happen in curling. We saw Team Homan, though they did not go through undefeated, and some of those wins were not blowouts. They were close games. And there were some games that could have gone either way in the round robin for them. So they certainly didn't just wipe through the field. So really anything could happen. And where Team Tippin is at, too, they've been gaining momentum. We saw it first with their momentum of their last round robin game against Team Harrison. It was a do-or-die game. They needed the winner of that, went on to the tiebreaker. Of course, Team Tippin pulled it out with a lot of fantastic shot making. Made it through the tiebreaker, the semi, and so there's something to be said for a team that's on a roll.
And they are on a roll right now. They've been on a roll lately. They didn't play much in the Cashbill season. Julie had a child, her first in the off season, so they had a slower schedule, slower start to the year, but they steamrolled through the playdowns pretty easy, made their way here. Homan, of course, they had a bye here. So both teams came in maybe a little bit rusty, and but as the weeks moved on, Rachel's sort of been dominant, but like you said, a couple close games earlier in the week. These two teams did play, obviously, in the round robin. Rachel won 7-1. It's been 10 years. Lifetime, Rachel is 6-1 versus Tippin. Thanks to Johnny Brazo for our stats. She's won the last 4 meetings. I think it's an uphill battle for Tippin tonight, but they played great to get here. We have a full building already. We haven't even thrown the first rock, Danielle. There's not really an empty seat. Standing room only.
Yeah, this crowd out here, I have to say, in Elmira has been incredible all week. Despite we've had some very cold days. We've had the winter storm blow through, but there was still a half-decent crowd the whole time. So kudos to all of the fans who have been here to support all of the athletes out here on the ice. And, of course, while we're giving thanks to people, we also want to thank the ice makers, first and foremost. They, again, one of those jobs that can be quite thankless, and they have worked hard to bring championship-level surface out here all week.
Yeah, Darren Sinclair and his team have done an amazing job. Also, a shout-out to Aunt Curl, Steve Chenier, and his staff. It's not easy. You're running 2 events here. There's a men's and a ladies championship. A lot of things to juggle. A lot of things go on behind the scenes, and they've done a great job. So a shout-out to Steve and his staff.
True, and then 2 last shout-outs, last but certainly not least, one to the volunteers and all of their great work. There have been so many volunteers around, so helpful. And of course to our guys behind the scenes at Title Sports Live, who also work tirelessly to bring you these broadcasts.
I'd like to give one more shout out to you and to Mary for putting up with my antics in the booth all week. That can't be easy.
Well, you know what? You always bring a fun and colorful flavor, and it keeps us on our toes.
That's what I try to do. I try to be honest and yet fair. One thing we're not going to do this game, Danielle, because we beat it to death the last game. We're not talking about the tick shots. I mean, but the rule change. We're going to focus on the game a bit. We're welcome questions from Twitter. I'm at XL Purple Sweater. You're at
Inglis Danielle.
Danielle,
yes.
Feel free to fire them in. And our game is underway. Lead test Bobby. Throwing her first stone for Team Tippin. I think they have to play aggressive here against Rachel.
They do. This is not the time to play scared, play nervous. You've just got to go for it, and that's what they're doing. So so far we've got a great start and a well-made shot to boot.
Rachel doesn't give any indication where she wants this stone. Lisa would know. They would have verbally communicated before she threw it. Looks like they're going to go with an in-turn draw here.
Good.
Probably into the rings, I would suspect.
I think you can wait.
Yeah, right into the back. That's basically what they're saying is they'd like to blank this first end.
Go ahead. Okay.
They're real front runners, Team Homan. I think the best chance Tippin has in this game is to try to somehow either force and score a 2. They have to get the lead in this game to make it competitive. They're coming in on a 4-game win streak, so it's probably the best they've played all season. We talked earlier in the week about peaking. Team Tippin is definitely doing that coming into this final.
Green. Yep. Wow.
No nerves there. Great shot by Tess. Hit and stay.
Yeah, no nerves is right, and even those kind of shots, simple, straightforward, to guard a hit, but they're so important to make right off the bat. That not only gives yourself confidence, but your team as well.
It's funny, in our last game, Danielle, that Mary and I did, Johnny Buke started the game with an open flash, and then after that, he barely missed a shot. I talked to him after the game. He said he was just trying to suck Epping in there, sort of rope-a-dope style, but John played great. But he had a rough first rock. It can happen. Trading hits now out on the wing. Second stone for Team Tippin is Rachel Strybosch. If they were to blink here and roll out, you'd see Rachel go up and peel this guard. She's pretty much announced she's looking to blank the end here, like you said, Danielle. So
That's why those hidden sticks are just so very important. And potentially, if they keep hanging and sticking, a roll in to make sure that you're on the rings. We have second Joanne Courtney.
Joanne, not unlike her skip Rachel, is expecting her first child with her husband Mark.
Got the hit and roll.
Yeah, I don't know if they wanted the roll. That's not a bad spot to put it, right behind cover.
Not bad. The only problem with that is it's now behind the tee, so Team Tippin, if they can get a really good freeze on this one, they could be looking at a potential force situation.
Or even a steal.
Or a steal.
Sean Germain is the husband of Rachel. Hopefully he's tuning in tonight. He can come to the odds slam when we're out west. Great athlete himself. Congratulations to him and Rachel.
Yep, you're good now. Yep.
Really nice looking shot here out of Rachel here.
That spot on the ice too. We've seen it finish hard all week, especially in the last 6 feet. So that over curl, not surprised.
Still a really good shot. No sign of nerves at all so far from Team Tippin. Rachel's got a couple of choices here. It looks like she's going to throw the in-turn run back. She could also freeze. Her style's more the run back play. Probably the best team in the world at this style of play, I think, Danielle.
Oh, agreed. They throw fearlessly and they make a lot of shots.
Yep. Hard. Okay, well, roll it.
They won't be too unhappy with that. They opened up the back one. They stuck around for a corner. They might have to change strategies at some point, maybe try to generate a 2. Tippin's going to try to replace the guard. First stone of the game for third Megan Ballston.
She's the new addition to the team this year. As you can tell, it's worked out quite nicely.
Yeah, they had Chantel Duhame last year. She played with Joanne Rizzo this year. She also had a baby in the offseason. Her husband Connor was in this event playing with Pat Ferris. Pretty nice weight there. Maybe over curled a hair, but a good shot, a very good start. This is a big shot here. They're going to only throw hack weight here. They're going to try to roll onto the rings and make Julie make a decision. There's some risk now if she throws the guard. Rachel could potentially score a 2 or a 3 if they could roll this one on, and if Tippin was to ignore it.
So it was hanging there, but it took a bit of a right turn there, and seems as though lighter than they had expected, hence the turn, and they have bumped Julie in behind the guard and rolled on.
Didn't work out great there. They would have preferred their rock to obviously out-count the bluestone. I'm not sure I wouldn't throw another guard here. I mean, by hitting this, unless you roll directly in front of your rock, you give Rachel the opportunity to clear that rock off the button. I think you have to play aggressive against them. You've got that third shot, the blue one, in there already. I think the guard would have been a little more aggressive play here.
And I can see sort of they might have just played that just out of, I'll say, nerves. Just really not liking the fact that they were leaving some rocks around.
Yeah, which you got to take those chances against Rachel, obviously.
Well, agreed.
Key there that they rolled out as well, so Rachel won't have to worry about that. First end, you certainly don't want to have to face 3 or 4.
Oh, I'm picking this one right up out of the hand. A better weight, and it's running more purely. And a bit of the difference there was just she had the hack weight, and when you sweep it through the break point, you can really hold it with that weight.
She throws a lot of handle as well.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I have a lot more ice with 9.5.
So a chance here to hit and lie 3. A very good start for Tippin.
9.5.
I think this is what they need. This could be their end, where if they could get a miss out of Rachel's last, maybe take a 2-0 lead, something like that.
And these two teams, I would say, throw it very different. Team Homan used to throwing on arena ice, lots of rotation, straighter throws. Team Tippin, not quite as straight, so you'll notice a bit of a difference in the icing and how much it will curl.
Yeah, I mean, she had control to board weight there, and that might have curled as much as Emma's hack weighter. Rachel's got a chance at a double here. Be a big shot, limit the damage to 2.
Well, they can even at this point get an upwards roll off of this double,
what do we call that, Danielle?
An upwards roll? What are you calling it?
We're looking for gear effect. Where have you been all week? The gear effect. Come on, Danielle. Teed you up there. Be better, Danielle. Come on.
Testing me already.
Russ Howard is so mad at you right now.
Oh, those striking bands.
Yeah, she's looking to make the double and actually spin up a little bit, maybe half buried behind the guard.
Down normal.
Real key here, I think, Danielle, is to make the double.
Yeah, the spin up is what they'd like, but for sure, need to remove both these rocks.
Down normal. Easy. Easy. Whoa.
Didn't make the double, made the roll, but at the end it actually spun back towards the button. Rachel's probably going to have to throw against 3 here in the first.
That's kind of what we talked about off the bat. The keys to potentially beating Rachel is putting that pressure on her and right from the get-go.
Yeah, they're a different team if they have to chase from behind than they are with the lead. They're so used to playing with the lead and controlling the game and the scoreboard. So the key to Tippin, you'd love to force, but you'd even love it more to steal here.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Yep.
Nose hit, so Rach, I assume, will try to nose hit that back.
wider of a line, though.
It's an open hit, but this is a big shot. Facing 3, cannot afford to roll out.
It is, and it's in an interesting spot as well because of where it is in proximity to the center line. Once the rocks get to center, they do pick up quite a bit of curl, so just need to factor that in when you're calling line.
Just through.
Be rare you see Rachel over curl with an out turn, but to your point, Danielle, if it gets a piece of that center early, it could go. Final rock of the first end. Open hit for 1.
Just Lise.
Looks pretty good. Nice throw by Rachel. That'll make her feel good. She's been here a bunch of times, but you got to assume the nerves are still there for them. They're the favorite. They sort of have everything to lose, so that's a nice shot to get out of the way for Rachel, facing that pressure in the first.
That's a 1-0 Team Homan. And for Team Tippin, too, they've got to feel good about that end as well.
Great start.
Well, like you said, no matter what final you're going to play, no matter how many times you've been in a pressure situation, you're always going to have those butterflies. I remember Caitlin Laws talking about this too when she was talking to the kids at Trillium Curling Camp and just saying, like, you've got to embrace the butterflies and find a way to deal with that. So teams who have been here, they know how to do that.
But I think if you don't have them, you don't care enough. Like the late, great Neil Harrison was playing a provincial the one time, walking out on the ice to play Glenn and Russ. And I mean, they'd played each other 50 times if they played once. And he said, I can feel it. And he says, the day I don't, I quit because it doesn't mean anything anymore. So Rachel's team will be, despite the fact they played in the Olympics, they've won 3 Canadian championships, 10 Grand Slam titles. They're going to be a little nervous out there tonight as well. That was a very well played first end by both teams.
It's funny, we do have a full house in here, though at some points you'd barely know there's a person in here.
Yeah, it's a pretty quiet crowd, very respectful when the players are throwing. Earlier today in the men's, Glenn Howard was the fan favorite. He made a great draw to the forefoot in the extra end to win his game. Our next broadcast will be Glenn and Team Howard versus John Epping, a rematch of last year's final. Nice shot there by Lisa.
Back 12.
They're calling back 12 here. They're looking at the tick. Maybe try to get 2 corner guards out of this.
Close. Yep. Hard. Hard. Really hard.
And
13-1.
She won't hate that shot. I mean,
no,
she taps
well
them in the
done.
rings, but got it off the center line. Rachel's going to replace the guard.
Oh, should be quite happy with that.
Just a little closer to center.
Pretty defensive call, but that might be their way of trying to keep the game. I think they have to try to drag Rachel into the deep water here. Try to keep it as close as they can for as long as they can.
Hold in. Line's better. Needs to come though. There it goes. It's curling, yep. Okay, just leave it then.
Nice shot by Lisa. Curled a lot at the end.
Did the finish, especially when you're throwing guards, you've got to really throw it and broom it to finish it with the sweeping.
Okay.
Praying doesn't work very well on this ice.
No, especially if you're tight early. They're going to play the open hit here. Probably not concerned about a roll. Probably want to stay out there, have Rachel hit them back.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. No.
Again, the key is to make sure that this sticks in the rings.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa. 9-3.
Mission accomplished.
Down normal.
Yeah, real good start for Tess tonight. She made all their shots.
In finals like this, you need all of the players to be on their game, but especially the leads, I would argue.
I'm going to go with the skips.
Well, that's a general good one because it shows up on the board, but you can't get any strategy going if your lead isn't getting the rocks where you need them to go. So
yeah,
I think
it's a
that's
good point, Danielle. Like last game in the men's, Scott Chadwick at the lead position controlled the tempo of the game because he made so many tick shots, and it had to frustrate Epping. They're putting up these guards. They don't have a chance to use them, so he actually dictated the pace of the game based on what he was able to do with his stones.
And the fact they had to sweep it holds a line. Their zone was all there, so it lets it break early. We saw mine.
Team Tippin, they've really peaked when it mattered here. They had a bit of a slow start to their season, not necessarily qualifying in many events, but they certainly saw a big difference when it came to play down time, and now in provincials, they have just seemed to catch their stride at the right time.
Megan's new to the team, but her and Julie have played together in the past, so it's not like they're brand new with one another, but we're going full on defense. Rachel's going to go up and peel this now. If everything plays out, they're looking at a blank end.
Team Homan, of course, having a great season so far, winning 3 slams already.
Nope.
They also picked up a win at the World Cup. The 1 slam final they lost. It was interesting. They were 2 up coming home. Dropped a 3 to Team Hasselborg, the reigning Olympic gold medalists. They picked up 2 slams this year. They've been the 2 dominant teams in the game this year. On the women's side, there's been no dominant team really on the men's.
Which makes it quite exciting when it comes time for the Brier. And to see which teams, first of all, we're still qualifying teams to get there, and then once they're there, who will show up, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, Gushu, great team. They probably were the best team the last quadrennial. They've had a slow start to their year. They know they're already in the Brier. Be interested to see how they do. It's going to be a huge battle in Alberta between Botcher and Cooey to see who comes out of there. Jacobs has his work cut out for him up north right now.
They are playing their round robin, and what we had seen earlier is that when Team Horgan and Team Jacobs faced off, that it was Team Horgan with the win.
Yeah, so they're undefeated right now. Jacobs has 1 loss, which would give Horgan a bye to the final. Jacobs had to battle last year. He had to come through the semis, and he was very fortunate to beat Horgan in the final.
And on the women's side of Northern Ontario, Chris McCarville sits at 5-0.
Would have been better than Nosings.
By far the dominant team up there.
They play, there's 4 teams up there, so they play a double round robin.
Be good to see them get back to the Scotties. They don't play nearly as much as the other teams. They choose work and family over an active Spiel schedule. But Team McCarville, when they get into those big events, the Olympic trials, the Scott Tournament of Hearts, they seem to find a way to win and show up at the end of the week. And they're just great girls.
Absolutely. Of course, the winner of this final will be joining an almost fully established field in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Team Jennifer Jones as Team Canada, Chelsea Carey, Team Alberta, Tracy Fleury, Team Manitoba, Andrea Crawford, Team New Brunswick, Kelly Sharp, Team Newfoundland and Labrador. Northwest Territories will be represented by Carrie Galusha.
What a shocker.
Nova Scotia will be Jill Brothers. Nunavut, Janine Bodner. PEI, Suzanne Burt. Team Quebec will be Gabrielle Lavoie. Saskatchewan, Robin Silvernagel.
Congratulations to them. Nice to see them win.
And Yukon, Nicole Baldwin, with the #1 wildcard team being Carrie Einerson. Now the situation with the second wildcard team is
decided tonight.
So if Team Homan ends up winning this one, they will go on to represent Ontario, and Team Scheidegger will take that wildcard #2 spot. And if they happen to lose this one, it will be Team Homan in that. So I can imagine there's no bigger cheerleaders right now for Team Homan than Team Scheidegger.
Absolutely. Actually, bet you Team Anderson's cheering pretty hard for them too. Do you think the team from Nunavut will stick around for the full week this time? I know the skip left last year halfway through the event to go to Florida. It's pretty bizarre. True story though. Open peel here for Rachel.
Clean. Yep, hard, Joe.
No mistake. Julia draw somewhere in the rings here.
Have a left turn. Took a bit of a left turn there at the end. Yeah.
Not wasting any time. Julie's already down at the other end.
Picked.
14-7. Yeah, fast times.
Nice chance here for Julie to get a feel for draw weight.
Julie's also a seasoned competitor. She won back-to-back provincial mixed titles in 2006 and 2007 while she was playing third for John Epping, and they captured the Canadian Mixed Championship in 2006. Not to mention a three-time provincial junior champion.
Yeah, she had an amazing junior career. It actually just dragged out through the back there.
Do you want to, or do you just want to go here? Doesn't matter.
Not a lot of trouble or concern there for Julie. She's still going to have a shot to blank the end. She had a big season last year. She qualified for the Olympic trials by winning her spot at the pre-trials. She picked up a couple tour wins last year. I know she played in the Regina Slam. She played in the Slam in Sault Ste. Marie. So she's no stranger to arena ice.
Yeah, and that's huge experience.
She's always been confident. Very quiet, but confident.
This is Rachel's last rock of the second end.
It's all there, guys? Looks light.
Good chance for Rachel to get draw weight as well. Splits the tee line a hair deep.
Yeah,
We'll see the blank attempt here for Julie.
Like a smidge left.
Yep.
Rachel through here was dead straight. Firm.
A little more in practice. Yeah, I think it's
Julie's been known to throw some, she loves throwing a big shot or some sort of a hit. I always think when you play Julie, if you're going to leave her a hit or a draw.
Leave her the draw.
If anything, because she usually makes those hits. Yep. Here comes her last of the second end.
Yeah, good clean throw there. So the end of two ends. Team Homan continues to lead. Team Tippin 1-0. Been a defensive battle so far, Danielle. Do you think we'll see the teams open it up at all here? Is this the best strategy for Tippin to employ to try to keep the game close?
I think a couple of the calls that we've seen out here are a little, I won't call them scared, but tentative. Like in this end, she could have started coming around the guards and opted just to hit the rock in the wing. We might see that again in the third end because it's an odd end. So we'll see how that plays out.
Ended up really open.
Yeah, they're talking amongst themselves right now about the strategy to employ this end.
That's why you see the teams gather briefly, and with the 30 seconds they have between ends, they're basically talking about what they want to achieve out of this end, what's acceptable, and what they don't want to have happen.
I think Lisa's going to slip into the rings here.
And she is calling the corner guard, which basically says that they'd like to go for their deuce.
Yeah, it's probably a little early to do the odd end, even end thing, I think. But it's interesting that they played the last end so defensive. And now you have the odd end, and they decide to get aggressive.
The interesting thing to note about all the teams who are playing on tour is that you're playing 8 end games throughout the entire season, and it's not until you get to your provincial playdowns, the nationals, and the worlds that you end up playing 10. So teams have to adjust their strategy slightly. And in this case, it may be that they're comfortable just keeping it open for 2 ends and then really going for it in 8.
Yep. Hard. Get it here, guys. Swing around, Joe.
Looking for a tight guard here at Elisa.
As far as you can, Joe, all the way. Got to cross center. Keep going.
Really well swept, Stone. Nice shot by Lisa. Right where they wanted it.
And Julie's just going to ignore the rocks in the center. You put that corner guard to use.
Yeah, we've seen so many times this week where corner guards go up and then they just never get used.
If you're going to throw a corner, you really should use it.
At least try
Or at
to.
least try to. Sometimes the best intentions don't play out. But don't just throw a corner to throw a corner because it's the right thing to do, quote unquote.
Yeah, you gotta go, Rach. Go. Whoa, 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 yeah, it might be okay if it's T-line. Yeah, it might be okay. Right. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, hard.
Really good start for the game for Tess. She's 6 for 6. We're not keeping official stats, but if it gets too much deeper in the game, I'm going to forget Danielle. But so far, we'll give her 6 for 6.
Yeah, we're at 100%.
This is a very tough shot here for Joanne Courtney. Are they just drawing, I hope?
I think they're just throwing a draw.
Thank goodness.
But you know what? It's funny because there's so much curl. The broom could have been for either.
Yeah, it could have been like the hack board. And she could see enough of that she could kill it, but it's an extremely dangerous shot.
Looks like they're just going to let this come up to a guard.
Very aggressive call here by Rach. She could have decided to play the intern freeze there. They're trying to load up the center.
Just the double peel.
Double peel here
Firm.
for Rachel Strybosch.
No firm. Leg peel.
I'll have to try and chase. Pardon?
Doesn't want to nose it. She noses it. The yellow could ricochet back onto the shot rock that's buried right now.
Yeah, big shot here for Rachel Strybosch.
Not exactly what she wanted, but it did the job for sure. Got both the guards off, opens up the center.
Just like ripping?
I think Rachel's probably got a peel here. Gonna have Joanne throw the intern peel.
It's a good amount of weight here, and it needs to curl up. It will.
Yeah, Joanne's not shy. She can throw it. We talk about how hard the men can throw it all the time. She's not shy on the weight.
Yeah, you know what? All of the women on the ice here can throw the high hard weight when needed with accuracy. And I'd like to add that part, with accuracy.
Yeah, there's sort of a key there.
There's a difference between being able to overhand it and overhand it and make the shot.
I don't know what rub the arm weight is. Do you have any idea what rub the arm weight is? That's the indication here. Based on the broom, I would think normal.
Yep. Usually, if you're rubbing the elbow, normal.
We tended just to yell it down. We were a verbal team more than anything.
Every team has their own type of signals on how they signal weights. So it's all relative.
I didn't give you the right ice. 9-5.
Rachel's going to just play the short little run back here.
Third, Emma Miskew with her first rock of the third end.
Clean.
Emma recently married. She got married on New Year's Eve this year.
Yeah, congratulations to Emma and Kenzie. Very exciting.
Hard! Whoa. Great spot.
That's a really good spot. Leaves a good angle because if Julie plays the double and makes it, she's going to have to roll her rock towards the center line, which is what Rachel's hoping for.
And let's have a second look at that. Gave it to the sweepers and well executed. Sticks it right in behind their shooter. Double coming up for Megan Balsden.
Really hard!
Big scrub right out of the hand.
Really hard!
Need to scrub this
tight.
for a piece of it.
Going to miss the back one for sure. Probably lose the shooter here. Gets Rachel off the hook.
Okay.
A potential force here now. She knows as this Megan will have a chance to make a roll or a double. Apologies to those out in Twitter world. Broken record. My Wi-Fi is gone, but I just did notice I have 18 notifications, so there should be lots to talk about if it ever kicks back in.
No, Lease, hard. Lease,
This
hard.
is hanging.
All the way. Right up, right up, right up. Great sweep.
And again, once it hits the center, it does find that curl. So it will stick around. Team Tippin facing two.
Same weight.
Gonna have Megan try to make the hit and roll buried behind the rock that Emma just threw. Be a short run back for Rachel, but it put a little pressure on her.
Yep! Whoa! Yep!
Just saying, I think your six
Whoa.
might not.
Whoa, no.
She made the roll, not quite far enough. Good shot.
Didn't want to trade it.
There's some
Rachel
air
will-
there as well.
Right there, yeah.
Rachel
keep it
probably just want to nose this,
Okay.
Danielle. Maybe roll a little bit towards the wing. Doesn't want to roll buried and give a double to Julie. They're in a good force situation here to be able to take the hammer back, playing the fourth.
Exactly. If they can make,
We can roll all the way over.
wherever they roll it to, they just want to leave a very tough double because
Absolutely.
in the end, Team Tippin isn't really looking for their two. They've now switched
They'd
their
love to blank
strategy to the
now.
blank. Exactly.
Conversely, Rachel is not in a steal situation, but would love to force.
Yep. Roll it.
Crowd loves the shot. Rachel will not. It does set up a double.
I think too is the majority of the crowd is watching this from the side, so as soon as
Yeah.
it rolls, that's when they see the line.
Double still needs to be made here by Julie.
Moved it. A little careful. It was heavy though.
Just high nose, I thought. I came back to like 70 feet.
Okay. I didn't mind you getting rid of your six if mine was like moving like that and it was just hanging.
She's able to make it. Rachel will have to play a hit and roll on the rings here as well.
Completely touching this line. Just marginally, but I don't think we needed
Yep!
more.
Whoa! Whoa!
She'll make contact, but it will not spill out of the rings. Yellow still shot.
But a bit of a tricky shot here for Rachel. She knows as this, there'll be a blank attempt for Team Tippin. She has to roll on the rings.
I don't know it at all.
Yeah.
Pretty similar shot to her first in the first end. They
Right
threw
down
the
the
same
same path. Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely, Danielle. She's going to throw a little less weight than she did in the first because she does need to come across the face here and roll it onto the rings.
Keep it there.
In practice. Thing is, I threw it with a 9, so
Do you think that's max?
just like I would
I don't
take
mind
edge
taking
for
less.
9.
Keep it there.
She does not take a lot of ice. She tends to throw her out turn a little backhanded, runs straighter than probably any other person's out turn in the game. She knows how to ice herself, and she throws it very consistent.
So this is Rachel's last rock of the third end.
Working hard to try to get it to curl.
And
wow, that's a great shot. It looks easy. It was not, I can assure you. It was a very good shot by Rachel. We saw Julie in this situation in the round robin, and it was the turning point of the game. Rachel was lying 3. Probably the correct shot was the draw. Julie wasn't comfortable with draw weight. She tried to play a hit and roll too far. Rachel stole 2. The rest was history. I think a lot of teams would draw here, but you mentioned it, Danielle. Julie prefers to hit. That's her strength.
It's her strength. It's her comfort zone, so not surprised seeing a hit here. So Julie Tippin facing 2 Homan rocks, needs a nose hit to pick up the single. This one is picking up the curl.
Hard!
She'll make the hit, needs to stick around full 12. And it will roll out. So it is a steal of 1 for Team Homan in the third end. That is a 2-0 lead now.
Really came down. I don't think it was light out of my hand, really, but it came down quite a bit.
And that's big. We did talk off the top about how important it was for Team Tippin to stay toe-to-toe with Team Homan and to make sure that they are really staying in the game, and that was a bit of a mistake there. Again, it's all up to Julie what she'd like to throw, a hit or a draw. But in the end, unfortunately, just curled up, overhearing in the team meeting, thought that might have been come down a bit, the weight. They were expecting it to be heavier. But we have a lot of Team Homan fans in the building. As you might have heard, that as soon as the rock rolled out, there was a huge cheer from the crowd. And again, they're being respectful. I know sometimes when there's a shot missed, some offense can be taken to that. However, the crowd is very pro Homan out here. So this is Team Homan's comfort zone when they're up in the game. Though that being said, 2-point lead now with the 5 rock rule is not that comfortable, because I like to say that 3 is the new 2. So you're seeing a whole lot more 3-enders generated now with this 5 rock rule. So 2 used to be a lot more comfortable of a lead, but there's still lots of game to come.
Great sweep.
Nice rock by Lisa.
I don't know. I don't mind.
And
Kind of got to play it with this turn, though. Back
And?
low.
And Team Tippin is electing to play the tick shot again. I think with about back 12 was the call.
How do you feel, Danielle? They're down 2-0. Unfortunate miss by Julie there. That they're choosing to play the ticks early here as opposed to get a bit aggressive.
Well, I think that's kind of their game plan. That's what they've been playing this game. That's what they've been playing throughout the week. So kudos to them for sticking to that. Though
when you're playing someone like Rachel, you need to change your strategy.
I think you do need to be a bit more offensive and just go for it, to be quite honest. So it would have been throwing a corner guard there. But I think they were trying to achieve that very same thing with a corner guard by playing the tick. So if they had made it, yeah, the miss is the problem.
Right?
And you know what? We were talking about her percentage earlier this game, and that was the first.
It just took a dip.
Yeah, that was the first rock that Tess missed in this game. So I mean, if you've got a lead that's on fire, then you can play those kinds of shots.
6 out of 7, though. I still think that puts her at about 85.3%. You can check that on a calculator. It's gonna be close.
I'm a words girl, not a number, so I'll believe you.
The one thing I would say is the strategy that would probably work against the majority of the teams in the field this week. The research I did, I talked to John Epping about this game actually. And John coaches Carrie Galusha. He watches a lot of the women's curling. He feels you really have to try to attack Rachel in order to have success. If you're going to get trapped in one of these open hit kind of games, Rachel's not going to blink before you do. We saw that last end where an unfortunate rollout by Julie. I think the only way to beat them is to play aggressively, and unfortunately with that comes some risk, but
it's a risk worth taking.
Absolutely. Nice shot there. Rebound by Tess. Tough math now to do her. So I'm going to say 87.5, 7 out of 8. Decent numbers.
Sure.
Very impressive so far by Team Tippin, other than the one mistake by Julie.
Make sure it's here. Looks light. Okay, up to you.
Liking the weight so far.
Homan at the same time, they have not made any mistakes.
Yeah, line. Whoa, whoa. Let's stop then. Good.
People forget that Joanne used to play against Rachel with Val Sweeting. I think she threw the third stones for Val, but swept because she is a beast of a sweeper. Do you think she's the best sweeper in the women's game?
I do. I remember seeing her, what was it? Was it 12 years ago? Of course, everyone from Alberta has seen Joanne sweep and knew what a powerhouse she was, but I remember just being struck by how powerful of a sweeper she truly was at that point, and that was before really the sweeping power had come into people's consciousness. All of us knew it was important, but it hasn't been until the past 5 years that's really hit some serious radar on just how important it is.
She takes her fitness extremely seriously.
Whoa. No.
Big shot here for Rachel.
Yeah.
Got to keep saying her last name or everyone's going to think we're talking about Team Homan. Rachel Strybosch. Looking to freeze to that yellow.
Yeah,
it's going to be a little bit heavy.
And just about 3 feet. That was a pretty precise shot she had to hit there.
Peel this out.
So Rachel's opting to peel this out. She loves the setup of her yellow stones right now. So
well, the angles, and she's got them surrounded right now. And really, the scoring area is quite small
it's pretty
here.
Tight. It's pretty tight.
Team Tippin does have the hammer this end.
Yep. Clean.
Job well done.
Shot there.
And
I'm surprised. I thought Julie might go peel the guard here. Like she's gonna.
She's going for the aggression. Well, what I was just about to say about Team Homan, it's also the way they carry themselves on the ice. They expect to make those shots, and they carry themselves that way. They also they get upset when they miss it, but it's not to their detriment. I'll say.
No, they play things pretty close to the vest. Don't show a ton of emotion out there.
All the way. Line's great.
They are cold-blooded, though. They want to win as much as anybody.
Hard.
Overcorrect there at a Rachel.
Yep.
Really like to bounce that off, use it maybe as a run back.
Yeah.
Instead, it stayed staggered.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. Like you mentioned, that run back won't be available.
Yeah, we could.
Easy double peel. Rachel might play it herself.
Just worried we might stick for a corner.
First, she was going to play the come around. She's going to play the double peel. Emma probably throws it as hard as any woman in the game. Again, with that accuracy you spoke of.
No.
She's got a lot of leg drive. She also uses a pretty proactive release.
Good.
No mistake there from Emma.
Yeah, and that was huge. Again, if they stuck around for the corner, this could be a vastly different end.
Nice throws, guys.
Julie's going to throw the center here.
Basically, if Julie had it her way, they'd be guarding. Team Homan would be peeling, and she'd ideally have a draw to the side button on her last.
Just 3.
Fresh path when it's going to curl the whole way.
So that's the idea behind throwing the center right now.
Yeah, I would assume. They're throwing like...
Line's tight, keep it straight.
She cranked it so hard.
Keep it straight.
It's interesting. I just got a question about the crowd and whether it would be, I would say the more local team is Team Tippin, and they are certainly the underdog, but I think based on what happened when Julie rolled out last end, it would be a pro-Homan crowd tonight.
Very much so.
If you want to
yeah.
come and top, just make the angle
Julie's
better.
team from representing the Woodstock Curling Club. It's not too far from here.
No, not at all.
Okay.
But there are a bunch of people out here who are, of course, Team Homan. They're excited to see the Olympians on the ice in action live. I mean, it's great to see it on TV or on the live stream here.
Clean.
But there's something different about a live curling game.
You got it. Nice throw.
If you ever do have a chance to go out and see one, highly recommend.
It's just a buzz in the arena, especially the tension's pretty high in here. I mean, there's not much so far that's separated the teams. They're playing for so much. A team like Tippin, they've never been to the Scott Tournament of Hearts. This has been their dream forever. And even though Rachel's won 3 times at the Scott Tournament of Hearts, this would only be, and I say only, but it'd be her 4th provincial title. We were talking before the game, doing some research with my research man, Johnny Brazo. Rachel could be the first team ever to win more Canadian championships than provincial championships, because as we know, every time you win a Canadian, you go back as the defending champion, and she tends to win a lot when she shows up. She'd win even more if Miss Jones wasn't around. Jennifer, a 6-time champion. She'll be back this year. Former champion in 2016, Chelsea Carey, also in the field.
I think I kind of just want to keep doing this and then draw the button at the end if I can.
So we just heard Danielle.
Yeah.
Julie talking to her third, Megan. The plan is to have Rachel peel out. She's going to try to draw the side of the button to tie the game. See if Rachel allows her to do that or not.
I don't think we're going to have it either.
Out-turn peel here. Pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Yep, no mistake there.
When they're throwing these peels, this is where I really miss Twitter. You know, make it a little more interesting, interactive broadcast.
Yeah, I definitely have.
Well,
so much money for Wi-Fi right now. What you should do if you're going to tweet me, tweet Danielle as well.
Yeah, at Inglis Danielle, and we'd be happy to. But Nunavut would like you to know that they will be there for the full Scotties Tournament parts. It's a different team. The coach would like you to know that. And very.
Same spot as yours is good. Do you want it more? I think the line was good. Okay, same spot as Megan's is good.
I don't know. This much into the 8. So we had to wait forever. It's better to guard and never navigate a board. Right. Yeah. Unless she doesn't guard this. Although I'm just guarding the draw line.
Line's good. Yeah, you got it. Line's good. No.
Problem is she can play like a hack waiter for 2. What are you thinking? I think we still go. Top 12? Yeah. Make her navigate a port? Yeah, I think so. It's pretty slow out here, you think? No. Let's see, this is max. This is where Lisa hit, and we had to wait forever, and she crossed center.
She still got to center, though. Like, we want to be, like, here.
Yeah, I'm thinking if we hit it, though, it's going to take its time. No, top 12.
Top 12, kind of just guarding the middle of 4.
Edge of button. Because there is a hole there, so we want to make it as tight as possible.
Do you think the speed will be kind of similar, like proportional adjustment?
Gap factor. I got to incorporate that. I like it.
It's a brand new path.
This is Rachel's last rock of the fourth end. Again, Team Tippin with the hammer.
Probably the widest they've been out so far in the game, so a little bit of a guess as to the weight.
Keep it out there. Yep, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Pretty good shot. I think it's exactly where they wanted, Danielle. They blocked that out turn draw.
Good. Didn't quite keep.
We'll try. You know, some of them just go like this. Just give it a try.
I don't think you can bury around full 8.
Okay.
You think you can bury there?
I don't think you can bury full 8.
Give it a try. Maybe, you know, like hopefully you can try and make it curl at the end.
We're on the button. We're on the button by
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hers was a 15-2.
A little wider for you.
So I need like
Sorry.
14-8.
Told him to hit it early, keep it there.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Exactly, yeah. That's the problem is I was trying to grab both. Yeah. Just coming up a little bit.
Yeah.
Through the same line as me, right?
Hard for line!
And this should be all over the yellow and a little short.
Yeah.
And it will be, so it'll be a single point for Team Tippin. They are now on the board, but it's Team Homan with a 2-1 lead and the hammer going into the fifth end.
So now, Danielle, Homan's done exactly what she's wanted. She's got a lead with the hammer. She's very familiar in this spot. Do you feel it's time for Tippin to maybe go at them a little bit? Maybe double centers this end. We might see some ticks out of Lisa.
They definitely need to go for it here. They need a force here, or even a steal. Because if you're giving up 2 to Rachel at this point of the game, or about at the halfway point, and to go down 3 to Rachel, mentioned 2 is manageable. 3 is starting to let the game get away from you.
Yeah, if Rachel's to score a 2 here, I would love to see the stats on her with a 4-1 lead, a 3-point lead entering the second half of the game. Jerry Gertz would have those stats probably. He's the man to ask.
Of course, Jerry, if you're out there, don't send it to my co-host over here because his phone isn't working, but drop me a message.
You guys can even tag John Brazo if you have a tweet for myself at XL Purple Sweater. Tag at John Jon Brazo. He's doing some work for us here. He's right beside me.
Here.
He'll be able to get me the tweets.
That's fine.
That one over curled a hair, but decent spot, 14.
Lines out there. Really out there. Just Joe. Hard, Joe. Keep going, keep going, keep going. We're wide open. Go, go, go. Good.
Do you want to freeze? Yeah, you can go if you need to. Line's great. Yep. Hard. Hard, hard. Hard. Keep it on the face. Hard. 15-1. Right to that? 15-1. Just top 12. Just top 12. Line's great. Need to be top 12. Wall line. We're not on it. Never, never. Take a look. Can't bounce. Great spot. Beauty. Like around. Yeah, I like that better. Whoa. No. Yep. Whoa. No. No. No, no, you can't. Yep. Yeah, you can. No. Come on. Yep, 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 yep. Hard.
Yeah, nice touch there.
Great rearrangement. So it's all about being patient and rearranging to get the best angles. I like one of my favorite analogies is my former coach Pat Reed would say, she equated to furniture. You just need to redecorate the house. You don't need to throw all the furniture out, go to IKEA and buy a whole new set. Just change it up.
You know, I could use a tune-up in that department for sure if Pat wants to come over.
Yep. Hold in. Yes. Really hard, Em. Hard to get by. Whoa, we're on the guard. Good. Nice throws. Thanks. Really nice. A little too much ice. I didn't know first on the path what that would do, but really straight on that whole side. Yeah.
We can score here.
Yeah, just make a few doubles here.
We
We have that corner too, if we can just stick our shooter. Yep. Hard.
That did not work out well at all.
Just hit low, and the unfortunate part for Team Tippin is that they bounced the Homan rock in behind the corner guard.
Control. Yep, yep. Clean. Whoa. Shoot, good throw.
This looks really tight.
Hard.
this is going to clip the blue.
Wow, what a break, though. Actually, not a, it looked like a great break. She almost chipped her blue to be shot over the yellow. Yellow still lies one for sure. She got away with that a little bit, I think.
Okay. Tough hole here. Just, I'd rather take the in because I like
Rachel
normal.
doesn't love where this rock is, so she wants to get rid of it.
7/8 on the inside, we'll get a good roll. Yep. Hard. Really gotta go. Hard! Hard all the way, hard!
Probably going to roll too far.
As a matter of fact,
That's a disaster, actually.
removing all of their rocks from the house, and now that is a Tippin rock completely buried in behind the guard.
Yeah, no chance realistically here unless Rachel makes a mistake, but that was a big miss by Emma. Got a hair tight there and it just curled up. Picking her own out. You didn't mind picking the back one. That didn't matter. The one that was buried behind the corner, that was not necessary. Megan Balson now trying to split the rings for Team Tippin. They're in a very good situation to force now. Out of town update in the BC Provincials in the 3-4 game. Josh Berry beat Daniel Wensick 8-5. Josh and his team will advance to the semifinals to play Jason Montgomery tomorrow. The winner will play Jim Cotter, heavy favorite in the final.
Line's tight. It's not bad. Where? Okay, hard then. Hard. Line's great. Go. You're really close. Easy. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Great spot.
Very.
As you can see, she got a piece of that buried, so it looks like Julie's going to be playing the run.
Excellent shot there by Emma. The concern is she ever bounced off, all of a sudden Rachel could be throwing against 3 or 4. She still could if Julie can make this shot. This is where she had the trouble earlier, rolled out a little tight. Has to make a small adjustment here.
Big shot for Julie Tippin with her first in N5.
Pretty short run back here. Hit it anywhere nose or just a hair high.
This is running wide.
Yeah, that's been a costly spot for her on the ice tonight so far.
It has, but you know what? Not just her. Many other players have been caught with that spot thinking it's going to curl up and it just running straight and not brooming appropriately.
The last time she threw it, she over curled. Like she's just had trouble there tonight.
Yeah, and that's because they've seen that spot and how it can run when you up your weight and throw it straight. So you're right, bit of a tricky spot.
That's some TSN commentary, eh? They like to do that, tricky. Mike Harris would just, he'd flat out, he'd call that brutal. Mikey can be harsh, but honest. Out-turn hit for Rachel here to lie 2 now. Real opportunity to open up the scoreboard here.
Yep. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hard! Hard, Joe!
They're really going to be surprised. They're going to roll out here. Or roll too far, I mean. It's tough to tell with our angle, Danielle, like where this is at. We'll see.
It's twice that's done that. Yeah. That's third, right? That's third?
Close, but I think so.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You're right. Because if it is third, I like the draw if it's third. It's close.
I mean, you could touch it a little.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay. This has to be anywhere deeper, right? Yeah.
A little less. A little less. Okay, just freeze on it. That back one's third shot, so. So what do you think here? 14-9, 14-8? We haven't played this spot very much. We haven't played this spot very much. You could touch it too. 14-7? 14-5? Okay.
This is Julie Tippin's last rock of the fifth end, looking for the freeze in the back eight.
Huge shot here. She has the opportunity. She makes this perfect to maybe force a multiple score here.
You gotta be there, but if you can wait from line, it'd be better. You gotta be there, though. You gotta be there.
Trying as hard as they can to drag it for weight.
Hard! Go.
Beautiful sweep, beautiful shot from Julie Tippin.
Very nice, really well swept.
Yeah, I don't think I can stay, I can't see it. Okay. We can try at the end. Where are you hitting? I mean, we can try at the end to wait for it, but probably just blast it for one.
Okay.
Keep it there. Shouldn't curl very much. No. Please try. Okay.
Yeah, good shot.
And that will be good for one. Team Homan taking a 3-1 lead over Team Tippin in the fifth end. The teams are going to go up to break, and so will we. And we'll be back with more action in the Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts Women's Final in just a few moments.
Why is curling such a passion for Canadian farmers? We think we know. In farming and curling, the idea is the same. It's about friends and family, teamwork, using the right tools, and getting it done under pressure. That's why New Holland and Pioneer Hybrid are proud to support Curling Canada, helping to grow the game we love. From your team at New Holland and Pioneer Hybrid, Here's to success in the field and fun in the rink.
Every day you go new places. A small change in how you do things, or moving your things to a whole new town, or many things to many towns, all at once. No matter how small the move, it can be a big leap from where you are now. You've got it in you to go new places. So do we. We go there every day. We're here to help you move to places on the map, in the mind, in the heart, or all three.
Go new places with AMJ Campbell. Contact us at 888-AMJ-MOVE or amjcampbell.com.
I believe hard work and honest sweat are the building blocks of a person's character.
I believe farming nurtures the close family ties that make life rich in ways money can't buy.
I believe that true happiness comes from watching your crops ripen in the field, your children grow tall in the sun, your whole family feel the pride that springs from their shared experience.
I believe in farming because it makes all this possible. Long before the snow begins to melt, planning for the seeding season is underway. Start seeding off strong by using the right drill for the job. New Holland's P2082 disc drill precisely and consistently places seed and fertilizer for rapid nutrient uptake, and it does it all in one pass. Experience equal and even emergence through the innovation of New Holland. To learn more, visit your local New Holland dealer.
Here we are with Rachel Homan, Skip a Team Homan. Rach, how's your week going?
It's going good so far.
Still, eh?
We'll see. We have to play well and hopefully 3 more games.
Yeah, hopefully 3 more games. This time last year, you were away at the Olympics. I feel like we already asked Emma this question, but what's it like to be back in the provincials trying to compete to go and defend a national title that you never really lost?
I mean, it's exciting to be competing for your province. We want to wear those Ontario colors again and represent Ontario as best as we can at the Scotties, so hopefully we can make it back.
And you're not playing this weekend. Going to put you on a spot. Prediction for the Skins game this weekend. Who do you think is going to win the men's? We don't want you to talk about your competition, the ladies. You get Cooey, Carruthers, Botcher, and Gushu.
Oh, that's a tough one. They're all playing really well right now, actually, so...
That's a cop-out. Give me a name.
I think whoever wins the Skins isn't going to win Alberta.
Wow, there's a prediction there. Cooey or Botcher is going to win the Skins. The other one's going to the Brier. Thank you, Rachel. All the best this week.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the 2019 Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts, brought to you by Curlon and Title Sports Live. In today's final, we have Team Homan up 3-1 over Team Tippin. So, Pete, we've had a game that's seen only ones go on the board, a lot of forces. However, it seems like the momentum has been a little more in Team Homan's favor. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think Tippin has to play more aggressive. Down 2, 5 ends to go. They should have 3 hammers to Rachel's 2, but they need to try to generate some offense here. They got a fortunate break last end. Rachel had a chance to go up 4-1 had she made her first. Julie made an amazing freeze. Maybe they can carry that momentum in to the 6th end here and try to tie up the game.
So what do you expect to see out of Team Tippin in this end?
Well, hopefully some aggression. I mean, they almost hit the open one here, which is just, I mean, you're more or less announcing you're trying to finish the game instead of win the game. I like the corner guard here. It's in a good spot.
Of course, what's on the line today is a trip to Sydney, Nova Scotia for the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. It's being held at Centre 200. It'll run February 16th to 24th. If you can get out and go see it, highly recommend. But if you'll not be able to make the trek over to Sydney, please make sure to catch it on TSN.
Are you going to be there, Danielle? You're going out to Sydney?
I will be there. Looking forward to it. It's always such a great event. I mean, any of the big events, whether you're any capacity that you're there, whether you're working, as in my case, whether you're volunteering in the crowd as a player, honestly, just a fantastic experience because it's way more than what happens on the ice. There's activities off the ice. There's autograph signing. One of my personal favorites is the up close and personal session that they do with the athletes.
Yeah, they can get pretty funny with the right team up there.
They can, and those happen in the Heartstop Lounge for the Scotties. And so many other activities planned.
Tess with 2 really nice stones here.
Easy. Clean. Just an easy clean. Lease. Whoa, we're good there. It's a good spot there. Nice throws. Nice adjustment. Got it out of the rings and then got on. So she couldn't hit us.
Force in a 2, now all of a sudden there's only three ends left. You're down 3. Big uphill battle.
Because if I
Rachel's very, very comfortable playing with the lead.
I think.
Yeah, so Team Tippin is, again, ignoring all of the Homan stones. They're going to come around the guard. And the advantage for them, too, is where that yellow rock is in the side. If they can keep it into the top, then that could be a potential jam rock.
Well, line's good. It looks like lots. Yeah, if you, no, the line's fine. Yeah,
it's got to be a hair heavy if the line's fine because it looked tight the whole way and it's going to sneak by. Big scrub here from Rachel, my future mixed doubles partner.
Have you informed her yet?
We've talked about it. We're in contract negotiations. It's a matter of how much he wants to pay me.
Take the rip, or do you want to come around?
What's your going rate? Million?
Okay.
I can't discuss that on air. My agent handles most of those negotiations.
You need a third, Joe? Clean. Yep. Hard. Good.
Team Tippin again has the hammer, and she's going to play a freeze on that rock over in the side 12.
Line's good. No, 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 no. No, it needs to curl. Curl. 14-7.
Just less than a broom head. Anything high, it's gone.
You can see over Rachel's shoulder too that the time clock's running.
You'd have
Each
to
team
hit,
starts
like,
with
2/3
38
to touch
minutes of
it.
thinking time, so currently time is not a factor in this game.
No, it's been open enough that there haven't been a lot of really tough decisions to be made. Both teams also have, is it 2 timeouts?
Correct.
Yep.
That was a guess.
Hard. Really gotta go. Really gotta go.
Picked
Good.
it clean,
They
nice
pick
shot.
it off clean. Beauty. Team Tippin can throw the exact same shot. Again, they'd like to see that curl up just a hair more.
Third stone, Megan Valston with her first rock.
Yeah, this is where I gave Rachel.
We work with Megan over at the Olympics, Danielle, in Korea, with Robbie Doherty.
Ooh.
Briar participant, Robbie Doherty.
Heading to Brandon in March.
He's got high goals for that. He wants to come in the top 10, he said, at the Briar.
Line's good. You got room. No, no, no. The line is it's only there for the freeze.
Yeah, so this is heavy. They need it to carve and stop.
Can't afford to bounce off, or you'll see Emma play this double. Good shot. Came up enough at the end.
About the same position as their last one was.
Probably knows.
That was 14-8, exactly the same time as yours. 14. Yep.
Emma throws it hard enough. They'll just try to nose this.
Little high is not the end of the world.
Blast the blue out of the rings and stick the shooter.
Yep. Whoa. No. Hardly's.
It's going to roll out.
Good.
Opportunity here now for Megan. She might have to just sort of jam this one onto the yellow, roll the shooter towards the wing, guard the rock in the back 12.
Close. Yep. Yes. Hard. Hard.
Yeah, she didn't care about the double there. They swept it to make sure the shooter got on the rings.
And they've got all of it plus, as you can see from this angle.
Play that just so.
Still.
She's going to make the double, though.
But yeah, she's got to make it. Just if we roll out here, we're never going to have a double.
Okay, it's hard to roll in here.
Okay.
Emma talked
like a down
Rachel
normal?
into switching the shot here. They're going to play the back one. The concern is if she rolled out, they'd never have a chance at a double. They're going to try to hit and roll in.
Down normal, try and roll in.
Curl across the face.
It shouldn't curl too much. I'm going to keep it there right at the nose. Down normal should come up a little.
This is Rachel's first rock of the sixth end.
Down normal. No. Please. Really hard. Back double.
At the end, they were trying to Trying to go for that back double, but jammed in the back. Team Homan is still shot at the top, but Team Tippin is going to make quick work of that one, I suspect. And lie too. But
it's be careful. If you just nose this, Danielle, it's a pretty makeable double for someone of Rachel's caliber. I think they want to roll towards the wing just a hair to make it more of a slash double.
Exactly, and not being too cute with that. Just got to also be aware of where that blue rock is in the back.
Have to stay here, obviously.
Sweepers right off this one. Need it to curl up.
No.
Potentially roll the other way, but again, need to stay in the rings.
She had nice weight there, which allowed her to stay.
And that's actually worked out pretty perfectly for them. Not the shot call. Really. Yeah, but sometimes you gotta be good to be lucky, and sometimes you need luck on your side.
Very, very fortunate roll there.
Yeah. Same weight, same throw. Yeah, it'll do the same.
So Rachel forced to an open hit here, and we'll hope for a mistake from Julie, or we're going to be tied up playing the 7th.
Stay with it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, 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 Joe. No, no.
I think it'll be fine out here. Same straightness? I think so. It's been pretty straight. Okay. 10.
Hanging a bit. They might need to scrub it to bring it in. Starts to move now. It's a good shot. Really nice weight there by Julie.
And we have a tied game. 3-all. Team Homan with the hammer going into N7. We've seen a fairly, I'd say a conservative style of play right now. The teams, it's been a little bit more open. There have been a few guards in play, but when it comes down to the end, we haven't seen a ton of junk around there. But I would say that that's pretty typical of a final, whether it's at the provincials or whether it's at the national level.
I think the 7's okay. It just went sideways on me a couple times where it shouldn't have. So if it has a sharp edge, sometimes we saw it only on hits. Like a couple games ago, we saw the same thing. Where it just had a little sharp edge. It's definitely gonna curl more in your 6. Yeah.
Just got some communication from Adam Kingsbury, who's watching the broadcast tonight. He is the former coach of Team Homan, coached them to the 2017 World Championship, an undefeated performance there, and of course to the Olympic Games last year. Adam is now working with Team Jacobs this year. He's doing some good work with the boys. They picked up the Canada Cup title, and they won a Grand Slam this year. Adam, you know Adam fairly well, one of the great guys in the game of curling for sure. Adam Kingsbury.
Yeah, he is. He's a fantastic person. He loves the game. He was even, I enjoyed while I was commenting for the under 21 provincials, and he was watching all the games, cheering on the athletes. He's fascinated by the play and by watching it at any level, really.
Very positive individual. Speaking of positive, she had some positive weight on that one, but it hung around. Love the call here by Julie going for the double centers. She'd love to force Rachel to score this end so she could have the hammer and eights. I think so far so good for Tippin. They've done what they wanted to do.
This one's wide.
Dragging the game down to the latter half, tied up. Able to dodge a big bullet in the fifth.
Well, the line's good. It's just
Ride a little bit of fortune last end to a 2. Rachel's going to ignore both of those guards. They're actually in a pretty nice situation for a double peel. She's going to have Lisa draw the same wing.
Just down. I think you're all there, though. Yep. Keep going, keep going.
Good shot by Lisa.
yeah. No, no, no. Close. No. Curl, 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 curl. Okay, good throw, Rich.
Double, but she did stay, which was big. If she didn't, I think you'd see Rachel go up and rip those guards. Ian Tetley texting me some instructions that I can't repeat on air.
I think it's pretty gradual.
Does it keep you in line?
He's trying, I mean. He's coaching over in Scotland, the last I saw, or sorry, in Sweden, coaching the Scottish team. They were undefeated the last I saw.
Yep.
If I had internet, I could check out how they're doing right now. Ted, if you can just text me, that'd be better.
Close. Yep, yep.
Joanne trying to make a hit and roll here towards the center.
And a great shot.
Rachel was trying to sweep that all the way across. She didn't want to finish
deep, so it wasn't like
in behind those guards.
They did manage to poke it out there, but Team Tippin will have a freeze. And according to Jerry Gertz, so far it's been a textbook analytics strategy with the hammer. His feeling is that Team Tippin needs more aggression without, but pretty happy so far. And just as he had texted me that they were throwing a second center guard, so.
Jerry does work with Team Tippin.
Yeah, it's heavy.
On the analytics.
14-3.
Needed to work with them a little bit on the
go
draw
test,
weight
go.
here,
Hard
unfortunately.
test, hard test.
Just a hair heavy.
You guys want to go top 4 here?
Services. Rachel's going to switch from defense
Just
to
need a piece of the 4,
here.
really. They're not in it.
Try to nip the 4-foot here, buried.
Room. Can't be deep. It's too much. Looks like a rocket. Clip this and roll. Hard. 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 Just get it gone, I guess.
Well, the thing is,
that was real heavy though. You look at the weight there. That was backline weight.
Well, the thing too with this is they know that there's backing there, so they certainly didn't want to come up short. Can't help but think that might have played into it.
Double peel attempt here for Emma Miskew with her first stone in the 7th.
No. Yep. Hard, keep going, roll it big, roll it big. Good.
No mistake. Emma's the best in the women's game at that, I believe. Her ability to throw the big weight. Now Julie's got a decision to make here. We're going to listen in. Megan Ballston's going to go down and talk to Julie about the different scenarios.
Freeze to that yellow. Sorry? Freeze to that yellow. You can play the double.
Yeah, what do they have right now?
Just that if you ever hit the back one and you roll it, it's terrible.
What do they... So what do they have right now? They have
I'm just trying to slam the rocks. I mean, we still have them all.
So we need to guard if anything this.
I don't really like the guard.
I don't mean like guard, like in the house. Like, they're gonna probably smash them around anyway, right?
Right. So do you think we freeze here? I don't mind this then. You like that? No? The double's dicey, I think. Like the double's great if you make it. If you ever are slightly too much on this side, it jams the back and you roll. It's
and I can't,
big trouble.
It's
a really hard shot. You have to get exactly to the nose, and then they're going to have an easy double anyway.
Right. So okay.
I was thinking, I don't know. The double's great, but it's too hard and it's really risky. Bad things could happen. I think either a top 12 in front of our blue or freezing to face on their yellow.
Yeah. We could tap the blue a little bit and kind of roll in front of the yellow. That would actually be better. I just don't like how the yellow is lower. It's really hard to freeze to it without.
The blue's ending up like this. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
what you want,
what
you want to do is give her the outside of the blue, if anything. So she's got to make sure she runs it in. Anything you're doing up to 12 foot anywhere, you want to make sure you give her the outside. If something too close, she's still going to run it back in.
She's running it no matter what. I mean, because we can't leave it high.
No.
And she's running it. Yeah.
Draw a tap.
Yeah, I like it. You're right. You got to nick the blue and roll.
Nick the blue just back so it's closer to that, and leave it so you can't be a hole there though. I think it's got to be all the way back almost.
Time is back in. So they discussed 2 to 3 options there. One was the double. Julie hated that option. Megan didn't mind it. Julie did not like it. She thought it was a little too risky. Looks like they're going to throw an in-turn draw here. Probably try to freeze to the other yellow rock. Final stone of the 7th end for Megan Ballston. She just threw down this pass.
Yeah, you can go. Whoa, wait. Whoa. Whoa, no, it has to curl. It has to curl. Hard, 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 hard.
Trying to drag that over. Ended up in a decent spot, although I believe Emma might be able to kill them both.
We can try. Throw it really hard. Just touch that and hit here. If we get through here, we get rid of the backing? If I can let it come up a hair, but if we get through, it's fine. We just move the backing. Yeah. Yeah.
So a huge shot. In-turn peel, tick double. Emma Miskew.
No, no, Joe, just Joe. Really hard, Joe. You're really close.
Real close. What a shot.
Beautiful shot.
What a great shot by Emma Miskew. I mean, leaves a pocket there for Julie, but a lot of pressure now on Team Tippin. Here's our replay.
See, just kissed off of that first blue, caught the second and stuck around.
Julie has an option. She could freeze into these. She's going to play the crotch double. She's got to make sure she hits the center line rock first. Julie can whip the rock pretty hard herself.
Yep!
I'll remove them both.
Just spun too far with the famous gear effect.
Need half in the 8.
Opportunity for Rachel to draw in and lie 2.
And not only lie 2, but lie 2 with one of them buried. This is Rachel's first rock.
Yep. 15. So faster in practice, eh? Yeah. 4 feet?
Yeah, 4 feet faster in practice.
Good communication on the weight here.
Keep my extension, eh? Yeah. Too much? Off then, you don't need to clean that. It's curling. It's curling big. Heads down, guys, you gotta go.
They've got to drag this
Push,
in for
Lise.
second.
Huge scrub
You're
here
close,
for Team
close.
Homan.
Finish it, finish it, finish it. Yep, yep.
Perfect shot. Good scrub there by Lisa and Joanne.
Now the
Just give up 2. Just give up 2. Heel, wet? Yeah.
have to, because if they had jammed on the back, that yellow rock, if they jammed straight, would be shot over the blue on the side, and they could be looking at giving up a 3.
Just before she throws this, though, the one thing you got to watch, so let's peel these rocks out. You'll lose the shooter. Does Rachel play that wide out turn for 3? Because there is another backbiter on the rings there. I don't even know that they've looked at it in terms of the consequence here.
You can see that for, yeah. You can see quite a lot of this blue. You can see a lot of this blue. She can easily play it with board. Because we're going to lose all the rocks, right? And then she's going to be hitting for 3. Well, I mean, yeah, I can try to do that. It's most likely we're going to lose it. We might lose it.
If we're not perfect, then 3 also. So, I guess, yeah. Just want
Might be our best chance. Might be our best chance. Like, it's a really hard, clean.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah.
It's there.
It's there. It's just like,
Huge decision here.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I guess which shot is easier, because either way the risk is giving up 3. So
I know.
if you think the freeze is like kind of easy, so like.
Yeah, maybe that's the best shot.
I mean, that's still going to count that.
I know, but
If
she's
we
not going to
stay
have a lot
right
of
on
space.
top, yeah. So.
That's probably the easiest. Because you get the angle wrong on the freeze, it's no good either.
No, because she just slams it, right?
Just knows it.
Yeah, knows it, yeah. Even the perfect freeze. Yeah. Perfect freeze. Good. Precise. This is also precise.
Yeah, I like the nose hit. We know the ice here. 10? It's going to curl with 10? Maybe 9.5? We got to know. Well, yeah, okay. That's fine. That ice should be good. No, I think, yeah, that's good. Just going to nose it. Yeah, easier than the pick and the freeze.
10,
yeah. No.
On the flip side, she rolls out wide, she could drop 4.
No. It needs to curl. No.
Sprung out there just enough that there will be a shot for 3.
This with control? Sure, I like that. I think that'll come up. Yeah.
I think if I keep it high of the line, we should be okay.
How much range? Control. Okay. Control?
Yeah.
Half. Should come up at the end. Yeah. Keep it there.
Easy control.
Quiet. Off. Right off.
Sprock is running,
Just pick
needs to
it.
curl off. They'll get the hit.
Yeah, they're going to get 2.
So you can see Julie Tippin breathing a small sigh of relief as Team Homan picks up the deuce in N7. They now lead 5-3.
So we got this update we've been asking for in the World Cup. Our good friend Ian Tetley, as well as a friend of the broadcast and no stranger to commentary himself, Mike Harris. We're coaching teams over there. They've both been eliminated.
What did we do in this? Oh, through a corner.
Yeah, they were biting.
They were biting. We went around.
Put it back because I knew I was a little light. Yeah. And it's tracking with draws, so I wasn't overly concerned, but I saw what you saw. Let's really get yours in a good spot. What rock are you throwing?
7.
Okay. Give that extra ice and we gotta get it there.
Line's great. Looks heavy. Line's great. Yep. You're right. Yep. Keep going, Em. Keep going. Hard. Hard all the way. Keep going.
Not there yet. Keep going, keep going. Very sweet. And I think that one maybe.
Well, here's a real compliment here as Twitter's finally popped up. BGF Kevin thinks we should take over the broadcast for Vic, Cheryl, and Russ every day. I have a lot of respect for those people. They got a touch of experience on us. But I do appreciate the comment, the compliment. TSN Skins game is on right now.
Little softer. Don't have to. Just Joe. Just Joe. Hard, Joe. Okay, then just leave it. Leave it. It's good. Yep. Yep. Really hard. Whoa, no! Sorry, whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry. Good throw, Tess.
They got a good chance still. They have, in theory, 2 hammers to Rachel's 1. They could go 2-1-2 here, and all of a sudden they're off to Sydney.
Okay. Normal? Yep. Close, clean, yep, yes, really hard. Hard, Lise. Gotta go to stay. Okay. It needs to curl. It really, really needs to curl. Whoa, it needs to curl a lot. Yeah, you better go. Yeah, you gotta go hard. It's wide open. Okay, just leave it high. Leave it high. 15-7. I think they're just going under though. I don't mind going over here. Same weight. Just a hair. Nothing crazy.
Thank you to all of our fans for tuning in, not only tonight, but all week. Thank you also for your questions on Twitter, your comments. We always appreciate those. We hope you continue to enjoy this final of the Ontario Women's Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Hard all the way for the roll. We're rolling pretty good here, guys. Yeah. Good spot. Beauty. Yep.
Rachel Strybosch.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Just curled up a hair too much. Still a chance here, 4-2.
Go. That's not bad. Same way? Just normal? Clean. Whoa.
Open hit here for
Whoa.
Emma, which
Whoa,
is a
whoa,
treat
whoa,
compared
lots
to
of
what she had to
rotation here.
make
No,
last
no,
end.
No. Sit. Right over, yep. Good.
And a nice roll there.
Just make the double and roll to here. What? Like if we could keep it out here and then they hit and then we could draw. That's what I was thinking. But you gotta roll so that the draw is shot. So like to here. Whoa, you want to throw firm? Just off nose? Yep, really hard. Hard! Whoa, yeah, hard, 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 hard. Heel. Yep. Hard, Lise. Clean. Great sweep, guys. Nice throw, Em.
Guess when you're as accurate as Emma, it doesn't matter. Now, I don't think there's any choice here. Julie probably just has to trade hits and take the hammer.
No. Clean.
It is unfortunately not Canada. Darcy Robertson was our team who went over. They had some struggles. They weren't a particularly easy pool. Yeah. So they had a tough go over there, but still, I mean, any opportunity you have to wear the maple leaf and represent Canada and gain that experience is huge.
I'm heavy. Whoa. Just Joe. Hard, Joe. Okay.
If he was a men's team, I could have been a lot meaner there, you know. It's more fun to do it to the guys.
You were nicely positive there. I am so proud.
Most of my viewers aren't, but I apologize, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Open draw here for
worst case,
Julie.
Hit the boards. It doesn't really matter, right? You might as well give it a try. Okay, just the freeze. T-line weight. 14.8. Once you get out there, it's gonna die, but.
This is not lacking speed. it'll be an open hit for Rachel. Good try there by Julie.
That's worth the try. Might as well.
Absolutely.
Not necessarily. I don't mind either one because I think this is a. Let go right at just 7/8 on the inside. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
They're actually discussing drawing for 1. This is analytics
Yeah, I'll
here.
go with my intern.
It's not the analytics I would ever agree with.
I think they're actually discussing about where they want to see on this ice here.
I mean, if she's throwing any peels in the rest of the game, she's in a lot of trouble.
Well, I suspect they won't throw this with peel. It's always good when you're throwing a blank. Don't just hug it through. Actually get something out of it. Throw a spot on the ice that you may be looking to find out what it's doing. And that's exactly what Julie Tippin will do.
This actually looks like one of my draws coming down the ice.
Did you ever find that rock you lost the other game?
Are you talking about Charlie or me?
Yeah.
Too soon?
For Charlie, that's for sure. But we have a blank in our women's final. So it'll be Team Tippin with the hammer in N9, and they trail Team Homan 5-3.
I think we should try and get 2 and then try and steal the last time.
I agree. I like that. Let's do it. Okay.
Got a low 15 everywhere right now, eh?
Yeah, this line's pretty good.
And again, we have a fabulous crowd out here in Elmira. It's standing room only pretty much. We definitely have north of 1,000 people in this building tonight.
Make sure. Keep a broom down.
Brian Chick tuning in from a Chad McMullen curling
Line's
event.
good.
Chad, the creator and founder of Rocks
Joe,
and Rings,
line.
has introduced the game
Hold the
to
line.
so many kids
Take a look. You're really
throughout
close
Canada, and he works all over the world to promote the
here.
game.
All the way in.
Sounds like Brian's a little bit confused. He might have been overserved by himself.
And just to clarify for the fans tuning in there, what we were talking about earlier, I think the audio cut out briefly. We were talking about Darcy Robertson, was just the Curling World Cup. It's going on over in Sweden right now. We have Team Dunstone in the men's final. And our mixed doubles team with Kadriana and Colton are also playing for gold. So
It's good. It's good. Good test. No, then. Never. We're barely hitting it. Just Joe. Just the inside, Joe. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It just looks heavy.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think if you're looking for the 2 here, you probably want to throw another guard.
Possibly one on the same side, just a little higher.
Absolutely. I like that call, Danielle. Maybe we do have a mixed doubles future together.
Maybe we do. After
back 12?
Oh no, are you
back 8?
Ditching Rachel for me now?
Depends on the contract, you know.
Yep. No. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. It's about, yep. 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 Yes.
Hard, 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 hard. Retract it. Just control, keep it there. Close. Close. No, just lease. Lease. Gotta go. No, we're close. Okay. At least we're sticking around. Length. The line's good. Yep. Whoa, room. Whoa. No, then no. No. Line's perfect, but it's got to curl. No.
Another out-turn hit here for Joanne. If it was me, I'd probably try to curl across the face here and roll towards the center line, but kill that my own back yellow. Get it out of the way of that corner guard. Gonna nose it. Just had to probably kill their yellow, get a little more of it. They wanted it removed from the rings, actually. It ends up in a pretty decent spot for Team Tippin. Rocks are starting to pile up in the rings for Homan, but Tippin won't care. None of them are a threat.
The biggest key here is that Team Tippin has to keep their rock in the rings to keep Team Homan chasing it.
In-turn draw here for Rachel.
No.
They'd like to freeze to the back one, but they need this to curl.
Yep.
Also hit the brakes.
Hard!
They're calling for the plan B, the rub off the yellow.
Ooh.
And that's the trouble.
Sorry, I should have called it earlier.
Yeah, I was just running straight on them, so they were trying to call for the rub, but unfortunately just missed it and found the hole.
Yeah, good chance for Rachel to peel the guard now. Not easy, though. There's so many rocks in the rings that they have to miss.
Yeah. It's not doing a whole lot.
I think they're going with the
Kind
thin.
of do like normal. Okay.
Maybe that same thin in-turn peel she played last end. Oh.
Oops, a little bit of a mistake as it bounces off the board.
Great shot by Emma. Just some bad job managing the rock as it hit the boards. No harm, no foul, though. Homan lies, I believe, 3.
Does anyone? Oh yeah, it is there. The outside round of it is right.
What they're actually looking for is when a rock is sitting in position for so long, it makes a bit of an imprint on the ice. So that's what they're looking at.
Maybe this one?
Not sure if we can get a replay so we can help them out.
Yeah.
In terms of where the rock was.
Okay, that's fine.
Too late now, it's all right. They're happy with where they've replaced it. Megan Ballston, third stone for Tippin's going to take a trip down the ice, have a little talk here. We can listen in.
At least if you get, as long as you just have to get second at it. Like, you know, like obviously try and make it, but if you get second, it definitely plays.
Okay, let's do that.
Or not second, third, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Does that look good? What? 14-3.
Yeah?
Like this call. Just going to try to remove a blue.
About a third to a quarter. Do you like normal? Or would you rather just come through here? Okay. I think just normal.
It's a good chat by the players.
If it curls up, nose isn't the end of the world.
I had an option of either going through that hole or a short run back.
Gets it out.
I've elected to play the run back, as you heard Rachel say. They nose this, that's okay too. They'll still lose the blue.
Yep, gotta go. Gotta go. Really gotta go. Really push, Joe. Hard to stay. Hard to stay. Okay. Sweep.
It's an unusual miss out of Emma, but believe it or not, it doesn't hurt them a ton. It could in a second, though, depending on what
For a little weight, I think, you know?
Megan's doing here.
Big double takeout for Megan Ballston.
Yep.
That's another miss by Megan, just over curled there, and the real problem is she picked out her back, so Homan is in a great spot now to force.
So do you like just a normal right here? I got the whole house to roll too. You think that's max ice? Okay. It's just that there. Just hit and flop in a little bit. Normal, keep it there. Yeah, this will curl if I let it, so keep it there. It's normal.
Rachel Homan with her first
of
N9.
Hard, Joe. Hard.
Gets the hit, and it looks like they might have picked up just enough to get third shot.
Yeah. Play it. Okay, right on the face. Right on the face shot.
I don't think you want to make a living holding your breath waiting for that.
Hey. 14-7.
She's going to play the intern freeze here. It's a good practice throw for her because basically she's probably going to have the same shot on her next one.
No. Lots away.
Line's looking pretty close. Just need the weight. And got the weight, just a hair of a tap. Nicely done by Julie.
If I flip it this way, I think you gotta hit high, like upturn. Okay. Anything high, it'll go away. I don't think I want to miss the 2 though. Okay.
So Rachel will throw her out-turn peel here. Lots of rotation, try to splash this blue rock out of the rings, in which case Tippin will be forced
about a third,
to draw for 1.
Yeah, depending where she hits this blue onto the yellow, could even lose the other blue out the back just for added flash.
Would be bonus points.
I like that ice.
Rachel just taking one more second of the hack. Confirmed she does like her ice. This will be Rachel Homan's last rock of the night.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Catches
She did
them
clip
all.
the back, so now she lies 3. It's a simple shot for Julie to score here. But at the same time, she's smart enough to know that if she misses this, the game's over. So a little bit of pressure.
Here. We're taking a little more ice.
Yeah, neat.
A little more ice, which is different. I don't know why they just wouldn't throw the same shot.
Sure.
Team Tippin picks up the single point in N9. It will be Team Homan, the 5-4 lead and the hammer going into N number 10. And Pete, your thoughts on how Tippin will be approaching this last end?
14.
I mean, it's a pretty simple approach.
So,
She's got to throw
the high one first, yeah.
high guard first, we just heard them say. They're going to face a tick shot from Lisa. They hope she misses. They'll throw another guard. Key to this end here will be whether Lisa can make the ticks or not. Rachel's team's proven throughout the game, throughout their life, how good they are at peeling here. I think the key to the end for Tippin, if the centers, even if they do get removed, you have to make Rachel throw against 2 and the loss. Make her throw a shot that matters. Even at her level, there will be a lot of pressure. You're trying to win a provincial championship here, go to the Scott Tournament of Hearts. Key shot here for Tess Bobby, lead a team Tippin. Trying to hang this out up high.
She's been so key this whole game. She's been practically perfect.
Yeah, she's had a very good game.
And she's got one, and she'll need one more perfect one to come. No, this will be a tick.
You can be a touch light because we don't have very far to roll. You can be back 12. We don't have very far to roll.
So the call is back 12.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Whoa. Yep. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Just jumped on them a hair. Did not touch.
Oh, could not have been more of a perfect tick.
Now there's an interesting point on Twitter earlier from Team Ferris. They say there's a bit of frost buildup along the sidelines, and I think that came into play there because that looked like it was going out, and it's almost like it had to fight uphill at the end. An amazing tick shot there by Lisa Weigel.
Tess Bobby will need, again, to put a great center line guard. Again, Team Homan with the hammer, up 1 in the 10th end. Nicely done. And now it will be.
I don't think over here.
So they're playing this across the face?
No, they're playing it. They're playing with the intern. They didn't want to play with the out because if they
gotta
ever
stay
touched,
away from that blue
well,
rock.
exactly. If they ever touched and bumped it out, everything would go back. So
Clean.
Lisa
Yep.
Weigel
Whoa,
with her
whoa.
second
Clean it.
attempt.
Yes. Whoa. Okay. I just want to hit it a little bit more.
Oh, great shot by Lisa again.
Beautiful shot.
It's ridiculous how good those are.
And you know what I loved? Lisa gave a little broom pump, and she deserves it. Way to go, Lisa.
Throughout the last broadcast, we talked a lot about the tick, the importance of it in today's game. Nobody better at it than Lisa. Huge pressure situation there, and she couldn't have come up bigger.
Sign it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Good save there by Emma.
Wasn't sure if it would come up at the end, but it just fell the whole way. Sorry, I went a little greedy on your second one. Jeez. I didn't think
catching that rock, Emma touched it, but
a little higher.
Julie not worried about that. Simply going about their business now. Again, another center line guard from Rachel.
You're in a tough spot here. I mean, you're playing the top hitting women's team in the world, and you need to get a miss out of them.
That's really all they can hope for right now.
Any ideas? Any great ideas?
They're trying to keep it a little bit higher to
a third,
perhaps have one of Rachel's rocks jam into one of the rocks on the side, providing a hair more protection.
There is a shot they could play, Danielle. We'll wait till the end of this throw, and I'll try to talk it out.
No. Really thin? I'm not sure what to do here. Okay.
So she makes the peel. What they could do is we have the yellow-blue situation over on the side. They could throw sort of normal to firm weight, try to hit and roll towards the center line and have the yellow spin off of the blue towards the center line. We saw Ryan Fry famously make this shot in the Briar a few years ago.
Yeah, in Ottawa.
It's a way to get two of your rocks in play and more towards the center, force Emma to make a double peel. And really, if you miss it, it doesn't matter. The odds of Emma missing a peel are slim, and it's worth taking that chance.
That's fine.
Slid a little deep, but it's on the center line.
You okay with the out? Like roll this way? I don't mind sticking around here. Just control. What? Well, we need one. Okay, you want to throw the in peel out? Okay. If I can let it come up, I will. Yep. Whoa.
Emma threw a bomb there, peels it out. So it'll be one more guard. Megan's gonna they're gonna call her to draw a round. I like this call.
Timeout.
Decided to call a timeout here.
And their coach.
I think this might have been called by the coach.
Yep, Coach Barry Westman coming out. We'll have a listen in.
Yeah, really, if you hit that yellow, it's 7/8, it's going to roll to the center, and your shooter's going to roll to the center. You only have two centers. I think you do it on Julie's first, though. So I don't mind doing something else to keep away from here. See what I mean? Just hit high side in this yellow. Don't look at it, because they might get rid of it.
Okay.
You just hit high.
I'm sure you're right.
Why don't we do it on my side?
I'm open to ideas.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think because then they have two shots to peel out. It's a one and done. So we can just do it on Julie's, I think, first.
Yeah, because then Rachel just has one
She's
shot.
We're gonna we might have with two corners or something in the forefoot.
I guess it depends if you want to see two or not, right?
Well, if I have a middle one to draw around, it's okay. My sitting two is only if we have
You just need
nothing.
something to draw around.
Yeah, if I have something to draw around, then it's I don't.
away from it, so they don't peel it out.
So you draw the other side then?
Yeah, something. Yeah.
Or put a guard.
I say put a corner guard.
No,
over there.
but they're gonna peel the.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna peel the rock in the house anyway.
Might jam into that or something. So put it over there.
So many ideas thrown out by Coach Westman.
They did talk about the shot. I suggested, I think it's too late to play that. They needed to play it earlier in the end. I mean, you still could.
So they're just going to switch it up, throw more of a corner guard.
I like that. I like the hit and roll towards the center a lot better than this. I mean, now even if you get a miss out of Emma on this, what have you accomplished? It's not guarding any of the 4-foot.
Well, higher is probably better. Yep, yep, yep.
Not sure. You know, you call a timeout through a corner guard there, but whatever. They're in a tough spot. Open peel here for Emma. Hopefully for them, the last rock of the game for her.
Easy, easy. Yep. Nice throw.
And it's made.
So where do you want to hit it?
Like 3/4.
Like here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I don't mind 9.
9.
9, sure. Okay, you
A
got
little more. Okay, just 9. 9, 9.5.
Close. No.
I guarantee you the crowd's pretty confused as to what's happening here right now, but just hit a hair thin. It's a good attempt there by Julie. Now nothing but open rings here for Rachel.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
She could choose to do the famous Kevin Martin shot and throw it away like he did in the 2009 World Championship, which earned him a silver medal.
Just leaving my
instead
rock
of a
that
gold.
I'm drawn with.
A famous phrase, if I don't throw here, Johnny.
Throwing it through.
So she just told the front end they're throwing it through. They could opt to throw it in the rings. The danger in trying to draw the rings, if it was ever to pick or if you made a mistake, it would give Julie something
Sorry,
to freeze
can I
to.
take
or
like edge of floor here? Yeah. Thanks.
So Team Tippin will try to make the draw to the edge of the rings.
Well, actually, a little
Hope for a
straight
miss
here, a
out
little
of Team
less.
Homan, but
A little less.
that's all they've got here.
Yeah, they played a great game. Hats off to Team Tippin. They won 4 games in a row to get here. They pushed the #1 ranked team in the world
No, you got room,
right to the brink here.
Yep. Line's good. Line's really good. Hard!
She's really making a good attempt at this come around here. They got to sweep it to get it on the paints.
And they do. That's about as good as
That's
she
a
could do.
great shot by Julie. Rachel will throw
think 1
the
foot?
in-turn draw.
I think it's pretty quick.
I think so too.
Yeah.
You've been
Can you
throwing
call a
it.
time for me?
Timeout. The way you've been throwing, right?
Yeah,
that? Line's good. I think it's all there.
And they will do it. The three-time, now four-time Ontario provincial champions, Lisa Weigel with Joanne Courtney, Emma Miskew, and Rachel Homan. And a
They're
standing
absolutely
ovation.
jacked. What a huge win for Team Homan. Congratulations to Tippin on a great week.
That was fast.
I think Danielle, the top team this week, did win. They're the #1 ranked team in the world, the cream of the crop. And when the chips were down, they made the big shots. Emma's double, leading to that go-ahead deuce.
Yeah, we always knew they were champions, and they demonstrated it once again tonight. They dominated throughout the round robin. They dominated this game, had it well in hand. And we're going to stick around for the ceremony, so make sure you stay tuned here. But so exciting for these women. They have booked their trip Sydney, Nova Scotia for the Spies Tournament of Hearts. That will be February 16th through 24th at Center 200. And what a week again for these ladies. As we mentioned, their domination throughout the week. Had some close games, came through with only one loss. Fantastic. Just so happy for them, and they will represent Ontario well.
Now also sets up the wild card matchup. I'm sure Team Scheidegger is extremely happy with the victory for Team Homan today. They will now take on Team Anderson out in Sydney in the wild card game. The winner of that game will advance to play in the field at the Scotties.
The only people cheering louder than Team Homan at that moment were certainly them. And the victory walk. This is your Team Ontario. Leads Lisa Weigel, second Joanne Courtney, vice Emma Miskew, and skip Rachel Homan.
It's a stacked field at the Scotties. Returning champion Jennifer Jones, 2016 champion Chelsea Carey, Silvernagel out of Saskatchewan,
Fleury out of Manitoba,
Galusha,
Crawford out of New Brunswick.
A lot of veterans back, very deep field. Ouch.
And we're just showing the closing ceremony and awards for Team Homan. Exciting for these ladies. They will don the Ontario jersey once again for the 4th time. They were provincial champions back in 2011, 2013, 2017, and now 2019.
In winning the title 3 times, they've also been Team Canada twice. They had to give up the right to be Team Canada last year because they played in the Olympics. Presenting our trophies to the runner-up team, Team Tippin, out of Woodstock. A great performance this week for them.
Congratulations has to be said for lead Tess Bobby, 2nd Rachel Strybosch, 3rd Megan Balsden, and skip Julie Tippin, and their coach Barry Westman. Steve Whitehill, the official, you can see shaking their hands. But pretty exciting moment here for Team Homan. But even more exciting for Robin, Lisa's husband, who will be presenting.
He's presenting the awards along with Doug Kreviasik, the father of the Kreviasik sisters.
See Doug. Oh, and a hug for hubby. Those are the physical crests that they received, the physical hearts. Do you see them? For many people wonder what actually happens now, because most of the hearts are sublimated onto the jerseys, but they do actually receive a physical crest. That's important to note. I know a lot of people feel strongly about that physical crest, so they do get that. And the banner, of course, that will hang in their home club, the Ottawa Curling Club. I bet there was probably a viewing party there tonight, Pete.
Do you think they have any more room in that club to hang any more banners between this team? Some of the stuff John Morris is on. It's going to be a pretty crowded club.
I don't think they actually have any walls. They're just banners now. A pretty fantastic club, very supportive of this team, of all of their teams, really. And it truly does take a ton of support from everyone involved. You see these 4 ladies out on the ice, but behind them are coaches, our trainers, our family, friends.
Yeah, they're a tight-knit team. They're not exactly the most outgoing team. They like to keep to themselves, but they have a huge support group, a tight-knit group.
And they're all good friends too, and there's something to be said for that as well. You can change technique up, but you can't always change the chemistry.
I just find it amazing that year after year, a lot of pressure on them coming into this week. Really, they could probably really only lose this week. They were expected to win. They embrace that pressure and are able to perform at the highest level.
I got a feel for the Tippin team. I was in their shoes last year, watching the banner and the trophies go to Holly Duncan. But really, they should still hold their heads up high. They battled back through a tiebreaker, through the semi, and made it to the final. Kept it close against Team Homan, but again, that tick power by Lisa Weigel and the peel power by Joanne Courtney, Emma Miskew.
Emma made the key shot of the game. They're deuce and 7. They were in a bit of trouble there. Emma made a great tick double. They capitalized, scored 2 points this end.
And what a final it's been. Again, your Ontario champions who will be representing it at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Thank you everyone for tuning in to today's coverage. We will be back at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow when we will be featuring the men's semifinal with Team Howard taking on Team Epping. Until then, on behalf of myself, Danielle Inglis, my co-host, Pete Stetsky, and the entire TSL crew, we wish you a wonderful evening.
Why is curling such a passion for Canadian farmers? We think we know. In farming and curling, the idea is the same. It's about friends and family, teamwork, using the right tools, and getting it done under pressure. That's why New Holland and Pioneer Hybrid are proud to support Curling Canada, helping to grow the game we love. From your team at New Holland and Pioneer Hybrid, here's to success in the field and fun in the rink.
Every day you go new places. A small change in how you do things, or moving your things to a whole new town, or many things to many towns, all at once. No matter how small the move, it can be a big leap from where you are now. You've got it in you to go new places. So do we. We go there every day. We're here to help you move to places on the map, in the mind, in the heart, or all three.
Go new places with AMJ Campbell. Contact us at 888-AMJ-MOVE or amjcampbell.com.
I believe hard work and honest sweat are the building blocks of a person's character.
I believe farming nurtures the close family ties that make life rich in ways money can't buy.
I believe that true happiness comes from watching your crops ripen in the field, your children grow tall in the sun, your whole family feel the pride that springs from their shared experience.
I believe in farming because it makes all this possible. Long before the snow begins to melt, planning for the seeding season is underway. Start seeding off strong by using the right drill for the job. New Holland's P2082 disc drill precisely and consistently places seed and fertilizer for rapid nutrient uptake, and it does it all in one pass. Experience equal and even emergence through the innovation of New Holland. To learn more, visit your local New Holland dealer.